What is up YouTube, my name is Aaron and today I'm out here with a video about how I got scammed out of $200 when I was trying to buy a Supreme hat. But just quickly before we get into this video, I just want to thank you all so much for subscribing. We have passed 700 subscribers. Right now we're at like 720 something subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. It was only a few months ago I made a video, thank you all for getting us to 600, now we're at 700. This channel's just grown so fast, man. I'm really thankful. It's crazy. Thank you so much. Anyway, let's get into this video right now about the time I got scammed out of $200 for a Supreme hat, because that's the reason you're here. So for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to be naming any names for two reasons. The first reason is that I don't want to cause any drama or be like hating on anyone. And the second reason is because I do believe this guy was legit and it was just an honest mistake. This video is not so much about how I got scammed out of $200 as much as it is that I just lost $200. The guy made it up to me later on, so that's why I do believe he is legit. Even though I don't believe this guy's a scammer, this is still an interesting story, so I thought I'd let you guys know anyway. So this story goes all the way back to the start of June. I was on Reddit browsing the Supreme subreddit. I found this hat up for sale. It looked really dope. It was a Supreme S logo 6-panel in the black colorway, dead stock condition. I saw it and I was like, you know what, I have to cop. So I sent a message to the guy and purchased the hat. I think I paid about $150 US for the hat plus shipping. It ended up being about 200 Australian dollars for the hat. I brought it, the transaction went through really smoothly. The guy was a verified reseller on the subreddit, so I honestly did not think I'd have any problems. I paid through PayPal with the invoice. You know, I did everything right, so I honestly didn't think I would be having any problems. Now, I purchased this hat because I really wanted to bring a nice hat with me when I went away in July. As you guys know, I went to Italy and Hong Kong. I was going away on the holiday in a little over a month's time from when I purchased this, so I knew I'd have this hat in time. So I purchased this hat because I knew it was going to arrive before I leave, because I wanted to have this hat for when I went away. So everything was going really fine, and then about 2 weeks later I received a package in the mail, and that package should have been my hat, but no, it wasn't my hat. I'll show you guys what it was. The package I got was this package right here. As you guys can see, it's just an A4 envelope. This is from the seller. I've got his name and the details just on the other side. I'm not about to show you the details, but I'll show you guys what I got inside this A4 envelope right now. So this is what was inside the envelope. 2 box logo stickers. Now, as you guys know, I paid $200 for this hat, so each sticker works out to be about $100 I paid for. You can buy these on eBay for like $5. So naturally I was pretty annoyed, like, where the fuck is my hat? I didn't just pay $200 for some bogus stickers, right? So I ended up messaging the guy, just letting him know that, hey, you must have sent the wrong item. I got 2 box logo stickers, my hat has not arrived. I thought I'd just give him the benefit of the doubt, let him know that you sent me the wrong item, see if he can fix anything out before I just go and write a negative review, because I'd rather just sort stuff out between like me and the seller before I go and do anything like that. That's just me personally. So I messaged the guy letting him know he sent me the wrong thing. He messaged me a few days later apologizing, saying he mixed up a few of the orders, so he ended up sending my hat out to somebody else. I mean, these kinds of things sometimes happen, so I believed him. You know, there's not much I can do about it in this kind of situation. He just made a mistake. As I previously said, this guy is a verified reseller on the Supreme subreddit. If he wasn't a verified reseller, I'd probably be thinking he'd be lying to me. But because he is a verified reseller, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, give him a little bit of time to try to sort stuff out, see what happens. So he ended up arranging another hat to be sent to me. The only problem is I was leaving to go overseas in 2 weeks time. It usually takes about 2 weeks for something to arrive in Australia from America. That's unless I get something overnight shipped, but honestly I just don't do that because I don't want to have to pay extra money. So at this time I was getting a little bit worried because, as you guys know, sometimes it takes up to 2 weeks for something to be sent from overseas. So I was getting a little bit worried because I just wanted the hat to arrive before I left. So I asked the guy if the hat would arrive in those 2 weeks time, like if he was going to overnight it to me or whatever. He told me the hat should arrive before then, but just to give him an alternate address just in case. So I gave him the address of my dad's house, you know, just in case it doesn't get sorted out in that amount of time, so he has somewhere to ship it to. And as I expected, the hat didn't arrive before I left. I messaged my dad a few times while I was away, just wondering if the hat did arrive, and every single time he said that it didn't arrive as well, so the hat never ended up arriving for the whole time I was away. I was away for about a month as well. While I was on the trip, I also messaged the seller a few times just asking where the hat is, and he just didn't respond at all, and that really pissed me off because, like, I don't know where my hat is, he's not responding to me. So after being away overseas for about a month, I arrived home. There was no hat at my house, there was no hat at my dad's house, there was no hat anywhere, so I gave it another week just to see where everything is. Then I messaged him again, just asking him where the hat is, like it hasn't arrived, and once again, he didn't even respond. Now the reason I gave him so much time is because he was a verified reseller, so I honestly thought that, you know what, he's gonna reply, but he didn't. And at this point I was just thinking, wow, I've just been scammed out of $200. I spent $100 on box logo stickers, like $100 each on box logo stickers. What the fuck have I done? I just been scammed at $200. I was sure of it. By the way, in the shipping price, I paid for priority shipping, like to be shipped overnight, like, so yeah, there was that as well. I paid a lot of money for shipping. So after being back in Australia for a few weeks, I messaged him once again. This time I wasn't playing around. I just messaged him asking if the hat was still available, and if not, if I could just have a refund, because I was just sick of getting fucked over. I was just gonna ask him before I went and disputed it with PayPal though, because I still like to try to sort things out just with the seller before going straight to PayPal. So I messaged the guy, and once again I didn't get any reply. So after trying to get into contact with the seller for so long, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make a PayPal dispute. So I ended up setting up a PayPal dispute. Once again he didn't respond, so I escalated it to a claim, and the claim, it went in his favor because he did send me a package. This package. He sent me this, and because this had a tracking number and everything, it says that it has arrived, so they took his side. So I was out of $200. I was like, fuck man, what the fuck have I done? At this point you could imagine I was pretty pissed off. Like, I just lost $200. I spent $200 on Supreme box logo stickers. What the fuck have I done? Oh my god man, I was so annoyed and I just didn't know what to do. And the worst part is I couldn't even get into contact with PayPal giving them the evidence, because I think they allow 5 days after they've settled it for you to come back with evidence. But unfortunately I had some personal stuff going on in my life at that time, and I wasn't able to check my emails or anything until 6 days after, so I was 1 day off from that. So I was annoyed at that as well. I was just so pissed off. So finally, after all this, I went to the Supreme subreddit feedback section and left a negative review of this guy. I wanted to leave it just to see if I can figure stuff out with him personally before I go and write a negative review. So I wrote the negative review. It was a long paragraph with photo evidence, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like, I just wrote this negative review. I was sure I was scammed out $200 by this guy. I was just so pissed off. So about a day after I wrote the negative review, I got a message from the seller on Reddit. The subreddit moderators must have saw my negative review and got in contact with him. So after all this time I spent trying to get in contact with him, he finally messaged me. I was so happy he finally messaged me. And he basically said that he thought I was scamming him. So at this point we both thought we were scamming each other. Now he told me that he sent out another hat for me, and he thought that I received the hat and then just disputed a PayPal claim to get a free hat. I'm not about that life, but that's what he thought I did. Now I was down $200 and I did not receive the hat, so I honestly did not believe him. But at this point he was talking to me, so it was better than nothing, so I had to just kind of go with the flow, see what was happening. Because in these situations there's not really much else you can do. So at the end of the day he did refund me most of my money back. Now even though I didn't get all my money back, I'm not too annoyed. This guy, I still do believe he is legit because he's a verified seller on the subreddit still. And every other review I've seen of this guy is very positive. Nothing wrong with it, so I honestly think it was just a mistake. Now I personally don't believe this guy's a scammer, and I do believe everything he has said up to sending the second package. I'm not too sure about that. Like, I never received it. There was no tracking number for the shipping, so it's like a little suspicious. Like, for all I know, it might have just gotten lost in the post. I personally have not had anything else lost in the post before, but you know, it might have happened. It might have just been something like that. But I've never had anything else lost in the post before, and if I do end up receiving this hat, I'll end up giving him the money back because it just wouldn't feel right having the hat and the money. And at the end of the day, he ended up sending most of the money back. I think I only lost about $30 or $40, and the shipping on this package alone was $26.50, so like, I honestly don't think he's a scammer, because why would he go through all this trouble for like $5 profit? Like, honestly, I just don't think it's worth going through a 4-month-long ordeal to have a $10 profit or $5 profit or whatever it ends up being, so that's why I personally don't believe he is a scammer. Anyway guys, that's my story about how I got scammed out of $200 on a Supreme hat, or rather how I lost $200 on a Supreme hat that never ended up arriving. Anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you want to see more videos by me, make sure to subscribe. And if you want me to make more talking videos, let me know in the comments down below. Give me some ideas about what you want me to talk about. I'm open to most things. Let me know. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.